Good morning, guys. So let's do another prediction. We got 2 weeks now before the season starts, and then we have a lot of predictions to do. So let's get into it. So we're gonna be doing the Vikings. Last season, 7 win, 10 lost. Didn't make the playoff last year. We'll see if they do it this year. I don't think they will though. They don't have Kirk Cousins anymore. He's gone. I think they're gonna have a few seasons to get back where they were before. It sucks for Minnesota, but I think that's what it's gonna be. So they start week 1 versus New York Giants on the road. The Giants were 6-11 last year, but the Vikings win that game. So they start the season in a good way, but it's gonna be very hard because the schedule is gonna be very hard for the Vikings this year. So week 2, they play at home versus the 49ers. The 49ers were 12-5 last year, and that's a loss. Week 3 at home versus the Texans. The Texans were 10-7 last year, and that is a loss. And then week 4 on the road against the Green Bay Packers. The Packers last year were 9-8, a playoff team, and the Vikings lose against them. Then they play the Jets at home. The Jets were 7-10, and I believe it's a loss there because Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers do very well against the Vikings. He owned the Vikings in the past. Week 7 on week 6 to get their bye, and they're in a 4-game losing streak. Doesn't look good for the Vikings. Week 7 doesn't get better. They play the Lions at home. The Lions were 12-5 last year, and that's a loss. So they're playing against their rival. Week 8, they play against the Rams, another team that made the playoff last year. On the road, 10-7 last year for the Rams, and that's another loss. So they've been losing a lot. So 6 games losing streak. So they go back at home. They play the Colts on week 9. The Colts last year were 9-8, and actually that is a win. They get a win. Then week 10 on the road against the Jaguars. Jaguars were 9-8 last year, and that is a loss. Week 11 on the road. They stay on the road. Week 11, Titans last year were 6-11, and that's a win. Then they go on the road. They play their rivals, the Bears. It's never easy to play against the Bears in Chicago. The Bears last year were 7-10, and they lose against the Bears. Week 13 against the Falcons. Week 13 against the Cardinals. Cardinals were 4-13 last year, and that's a win. And then week 14 they play against I believe Kirk Cousins. So Kirk Cousins going back in Minnesota. The Falcons were 7-10 last year, and they win against their old quarterback, and that's a good feeling. But week 15 against the Bears, and they win that one. So they go 3 games winning streak here. But I mean, it's a little bit too late. But they're finishing the season the right way. So week 16 on the road versus the Seahawks, and that's a loss. Seahawks last year were 9-8. I believe Geno Smith and Seattle Seahawks will be a little bit better. Week 17 at home versus the Packers, and they split against the Packers. And then week 18 they finish the season against the Lions, and they lose that game. And they finish the season with a record of 7-10 like last year. At home, 5-4, so they did well at home, but really bad on the road, 2-6. So, not a playoff team, but they will get there in a few years. They just need to get this quarterback that they've been looking for a long time. So, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Like and subscribe. Thank you for all your support, and I'll see you soon in more videos. See you guys.